I too am a teacher. There seem to be more than a few of us here. I taught for 7 years, and then I got antsy and left teaching to travel for a year. Went up to Michigan for a while, came back down south, worked on a farm, and then went back to teaching. My first job when I came back was at the National Children's Center. It's a school in Washington, D.C. It's a mostly black school. Most of the students there were black. Most of the teachers there were black. I'm not. But I don't like to call myself white because typing paper is white. Normal typing paper, and I just don't like that word, normal. So this school at the National Children's Center, it was for students who had developmental disabilities as well as emotional struggles. The developmental disabilities, I feel like there's a learning curve for everyone, so that was not difficult at all. But the emotional struggles in a school in that setting, it meant that a student could explode, not like, but like emotionally go off the wall. And if it got to the point where they were going to harm another student or themselves or the property, we would have to step in and restrain them, which is not like normal schools. They tell teachers, get away. Just stay away because they don't want the liability or because they know teachers will step in anyways. And anyways, because of the nature of this school, we had many team building exercises because we had to come together as a group to be ready and to trust that we would take care of each other. And most of the team building exercises, you've heard of them or you've seen them in movies, the one where you close your eyes and put your arms out and fall backwards. Word to the wise, make sure your partner is paying attention before you do that. Anyways, we were having one team building exercise, and we all held hands in a circle, and we backed up, and we let go of each other's hands. And then they asked us to tell a story about ourselves, tell them something that nobody in the room knew. And one person, I didn't learn how to ride a bike until I was 24. Another person, I didn't have my first kiss till I was 32. And I bore easily, and forgive me, sometimes I judge just a little bit. And I was bored, and I was judging a little bit, and I felt terrible, but it just, I wasn't having any epiphanies. I wasn't feeling closer to anyone. So I thought, I have to take control of this. So when it came to me, God forgive me, I looked up and with bucket loads of confidence, I said, I cook better cornbread than anyone in this room. There's some silence. And then some of these old black ladies who can really burn some grub kind of look up, and I start hearing the murmurs. Oh, no, he didn't. Did that white boy just say that? I felt like mission accomplished. The stories after me, they got a little bit better, and then the team building exercise ended, and I didn't really feel much closer to anyone, but a week later, I went home and I made my cornbread. And I pulled out all the stops. I went to Trader Joe's and I got the Applewood smoked bacon, and I cooked that down, and I used the grease from that. I stuck my cast iron skillet on the flame on the stove and put the grease in there to get it really hot. My batter, well, the first ingredient, you might judge me, was 2 boxes of Jiffy But there's this recipe online where you use 3 eggs instead of 2, and you add butter and you add sour cream, like a cup and a half. And then I have my own ingredients. I love to cut up the green and red sweet bell pepper and put that in there. And I'll take a cob of corn and I'll wrap it in wax paper, cook it in the microwave, and cut all the kernels off and throw that in there. It's like the best cake ever. It's sweet and savory. So I made it and I brought it in and I shared it, and within minutes it was all gone. They just ate it up. And then they came up and started asking me about the recipe. And I shared it. And a few weeks later, one of the ladies came in and said, I made that for my church group. And they loved it. And all of a sudden, I felt like we came together as a group. Mission accomplished. Thank you.